Welcome back to Blackacre Ranch, everyone. My name is Jeff. We've got our bison herd here, and there's one cow that's got an issue, and we've got to address it real quick and kind of speed up our schedule here. So stick with us, I'll fill you in on the details. All right, everybody, so this is Bernadine 138. So kind of what our issue here is that she has this prolapse. You can see it right there on the back side. She's been separating herself from the herd a lot recently. We do have a processing date for her actually on the 24th, which is a week away or so. But she keeps separating herself from the herd. It's getting bigger, more frequent. It's not going away like it used to. So we need to find a way to actually get her to the processor before sometimes she looks like she's gonna die. So we need to kind of get a move on. So if any of you guys are new to the channel, we had a prolapse issue. I think it was last winter sometime. Anyway, this is a vaginal prolapse. It's not an anal prolapse. And the prolapse is where everything, just call it brief, everything inside wants to come outside. So the internals are going external, and that causes problems, obviously. So she has a vaginal prolapse, and I was told she would never have another baby, and we just need to kind of do something with her. Well, it went away, and it didn't show up for quite a while. And so you're kind of thinking, gosh, I really wish you would just, maybe, is there a chance? Anyway, these last 6 months, not 6 months, geez. Since about June, it started back up again, and it's just increasingly got worse. With the drought and everything, she's not had a baby, she's having more prolapses, she's not gonna have a baby. We gotta cut her from the herd. So she has a date in a week to go to the butcher, but I found her yesterday lying on her side, completely on her side, trying to push, trying to do different things, just separated from the herd. She's not looking good. My fear is she may not make it. So I called up the butcher's place and they said, yeah, bring her on by anytime. So the objective today, guys, is we have to get this herd close enough that we can get them into that handling facility we've been working on so we can load her into a trailer and get her gone as soon as we can. Hopefully tomorrow. Alright, so the only way that I can think of to get them to move quickly is to make them think that they're getting cubes. Bartok's already acknowledging this. So we're just gonna bribe them through this gate and getting them into this pen. If we can get them to think to go in there, I'm hoping 138, which might be camped out over by the water trough, will join them. We will then open up the other gate on the opposite side of the feed pen to let them into the other pasture. The other pasture has grass, it should be enticing, they'll want to go. The whole point is that pasture 6 is tied directly to the handling facility and the gathering pen. So that's the objective, rattle some cubes and bribe them. All right, so today I'm just getting him in pasture 6. That's the holding pen that we've been working on and the handling facility. This has, oddly enough, a lot of green grass, so that is gonna be our bait for tomorrow. We just want these guys to get into here, initially get their fill, and then tomorrow morning bribe them in here. Oh, you got my hand, ah! But until that happens, we need them not to be in there. I was hoping Ahmed would turn the other direction. All right, so these guys are gonna love this grass. Ahmed, he's a little close. I'm gonna stand in the trough. So anyway, like I was saying, they're gonna love the foliage. They're gonna eat stuff. I mean, gosh, she's just eating weeds. Oh, oh. Shoo shoo, Ahmed. Shoo shoo. All right, sorry about that, a little pause, but anyway, they're gonna be here overnight. They're gonna work this stuff down. I'm hoping tomorrow there's enough grass in there that we can get them up in there, but otherwise I'm gonna let them here. I'm gonna make sure the water's turned on and that 138 comes through. I think she's the last one coming through. Right there. You can see she's looking skinnier. I don't think she's eating a lot and she's having a really hard time. So I know this isn't something that we like to do necessarily, but it is a meat animal, right? I mean, it's just the nature of the beast, guys, but she's not doing any better the longer she sits here. So we're just trying to do this to get her out so that way she can just be kind of done. I'm going to let this fill up before I put this back so it doesn't take 5 hours to do it. So as you can see, pasture 6 has some grass. I did not want to move them over here this early, but right now is actually a really good time because they are due to get 3 more bales in the other pasture. And so instead of putting all the bales over there, I'm going to put the bales in here. With this grass, it may extend the life of them a little bit more, but it's a good transition time. I'm not wasting extra hay over there that's just going to sit there until they come back. So these guys may only be here for one 3-bale rotation, if you want to call it that. 3 days, 4 days, and then I'm going to kick them back over there. Depends on how much progress they make. But otherwise, we let them eat. They're going to enjoy it. They're going to be busy tonight. They always love fresh grass.
Alright, got that guy lined up there.
Alright, day number 2. The morning of, we'll see if we can get this done. I think they're just waiting for us to open the gate. So, got the trailer here. We're going to stage the trailer actually. We're actually going to maybe disconnect the truck. I was thinking we'd need it to go chase them down, but
they're here.
They're here, so I may just leave the truck hooked up, open her up, and the game plan is just to get her, 138, in the pens with at least a couple other chicks. After that, nobody else goes inside the pens here. However, we may have some grass issue.
Yeah, a little bit.
Where they're going to tear this crap up. So, we're going to see how this goes, but again, we just need 138 so we can load her in, let everybody else out, if they'll leave.
Alright, so here's the open gates. For now, we're going to leave this one open. Just kind of let everyone move freely through the pens. So we have the alleyway shut off here. Yeah, if that was done, that would have been nice. So close, but not done yet.
All right, let's let them get in, start eating. This is the stuff you want. Nice and thick, nice and tall. They eat it up. They don't have any problem with it. Gosh.
Well, we know it's possible, right?
Yep.
waiting for him to like ram into the truck.
It's about now in every person's life when they hope they shut every gate.
Yeah, right.
I didn't see her come in.
I didn't either. That was my concern.
Yeah, so I didn't see her come in. This is why I wanted to disconnect the truck. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go find her, fetch her, and kind of shoo her. I was hoping she was just with everybody else, but I don't know where she's at.
All right, we're in the lower section of 6. And then down here there's this big creek. We just can't see it from the truck sometimes. Like that dark patch, so we're gonna go check it out. Alright, well, not a buffalo. Hey, I will say we do still have water down in this little spring-fed creek. And it's actually kind of running down there. That's nice. Alright, we found her. She's still alive. That's great news. Let's see if we can get her up in the pens so we can get her in the trailer. Darcy! We got her up.
I'm sure from the footage of us kind of directing her, I don't want to say driving or pushing, but you can see that it's a big ball at the back end, but also the other part is her conformation is just going downhill. She's looking really scrawny. I'm surprised she's really eating that much, but she's just not healthy, and this is just the best thing to do, is just to put her out of her misery, I guess, if you want to call it like that. But there's no point in keeping her, sending her to a vet. They're not going to be able to do really much from my understanding and talking to people. But on her right side, I don't know if you happen to see, because I think we're on the left of her mostly, there's like a bulge that kind of starts to point out on her stomach. So I don't know if there's an intestinal thing going on too, or if some of this is internal as well. We'll try and get it in a video, but I'm sure you'll see her from different angles as we try and load her. But she's not looking very good, besides just the prolapse. I hate to disrupt them, they're eating such nice grass.
I'm sure they won't want to be disrupted.
And the other part is, I don't want to lock her in there with one of the bulls. So I'm just going to let her sift around a little bit before I do anything. Well, she was trying to leave. We've got her down to 3. Most of the animals left. And the concern was if they started to run to go out, she was just going to run. There's nothing we can do. So we've got them, and it's been great. There's only 3. And she's with only one other. So we're going to segregate them off slowly and then let her come up through here. We're not going to stop all the others from being in the gathering pen. Ahmed, he's all looking at his little ladies.
Aww.
But it's just a matter of sorting her out and then getting her into here.
right, there's the two we don't need. And Jeff's locking in 138. Okay, girls, going out. Go on. Alright, so everyone's off on their own, just the 138's alone, but everyone seems very aware that she's separated now.
Alright, the moment's come. Ahmed's gotten back in, eating some grass, but we're going to try and get her in. Now, she hasn't been the most mobile. I don't think she wants to run, so I'm going to just keep it calm, see if she'll walk in. She's already coming up, so we'll see. We got the gate set. First time with an adult, but at least this one's probably injured and passive. Round two.
Alright, you're gonna kill her.
Alright, these are a little bit bigger than the calves are, and you can even see when they're wounded, slow, and everything else, they don't really want to pay attention to you. So I think my next strategy is you got to confine them better than I did. So if she comes back up here, I'm going to shut this gate across to at least keep her right here so she can't go run back to safety and call reinforcements. So I'm just going to give her a little time to kind of cool down a little bit, chill, and then I'll start pushing her a little bit. 10 feet wide alley here. This is gonna be fun when we have to do the bulls, man. I don't know, it's gonna take some balls.
All right, starting round 4, 5? I don't even know anymore.
Is that an assertion of dominance?
I don't know, I wonder if she's tired and she's trying to make a soft spot to lay down too. Not all the time, but like, that's what it looks more like right now to me. See?
Okay, so maybe it wasn't such an assertion of dominance all the time, but she doesn't have a lot of mobility. Like, I mean, she's not the one running the prairies right now. She's the one that's off and usually sitting down. Gosh, dang it, chick. I guess we give her a few minutes to chill and then try again. When the buffalo get confronted and they get angry or they get stressed or they get stubbornly not wanting to do what you want them to do, they'll typically face the danger, and that's what she's been doing. if she stayed with her rear end towards me, then she's mobile enough you can kind of push her along. But when she turns around and stares at you, no matter where you go, then she's just not having it. And I don't want to get gored, so I'm going to let her chill out for a while. So if you happen to be with a buffalo and they start turning towards you and they're not reacting well to the pressure, maybe it's just time to back off. Naturally, I have a timetable that I want to keep. It doesn't always happen like that.
It's like they know.
They know.
Okay, just walk.
And just like that, we're back. We dropped her off. It was a long trip. We did finally get her loaded. We didn't get it on camera because she was just being stubborn all across the board. And this has been a good experience to help us see how cows or adult buffalo are different than the little calves. So the calves will run from you more, but really the issue with her was she would not move. And instead of acting like the normal flight response, it was more of like the danger, I would call it, response. Where instead of fleeing, she would just turn and face you. And there was a lot of that pawing in the ground, you saw, things of that nature. So eventually, even though we didn't want to have to do it, because Steve's such a nice guy, we didn't want to bother him, we bothered him. And he came with a side-by-side, and really what it took was just something that was bigger and meaner than I, and push it in. And she got enough pressure from that, she bolted into there, and we slammed a gate shut and locked her into that little alleyway. And eventually we were able to coerce her through. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. We're grateful for Steve and his granddaughter coming, and they helped out a lot. Makes me almost want to get a side-by-side, you know? So of course this experience with the live big buffaloes as opposed to the calves did teach us some stuff. I think we're going to change some of our methodology or how we're going to do this with some of the bigger animals. We need to make sure that we have access to the alleyway and are able to maybe add another gate or two in that alley just to kind of confine them as they go. But we're gonna take this, make some more notes. Still gotta finish out that whole alleyway and that extra pen, which we now know is definitely gonna be pivotal. We really need to get that one done. So that's still coming, but Bernadine 138, she's over at the processor. So hopefully within a week or two, we'll be able to get some ground bison beef, whatever you wanna call it, and be able to sell that. So it's a USDA facility. The only problem was, man, it probably took us 2.5 hours to load her out or more. And it took probably a 5-hour round trip just to get there, do the stuff, drop it off, and come on the way back. It probably could have taken more, I don't know. All day. So word of the wise, get a closer processor and get your dates on a little bit quicker. But these guys are actually able to squeeze us in only because it was just going to be pretty much ground the entire way. There wasn't going to be any other cuts to do, so they were able to squeeze us in. Otherwise, I think we're a year out. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Remember to like and subscribe. See ya. Bye.